Transit, and Captain Nelson Villafane, the Executive Officer of Transit District 20. I want to remind you the information I am about to provide is preliminary, as this incident is only a few hours old. Earlier today, at approximately 4:30 p.m., officers responded to a report of a person shot inside of the Jamaica Center Parsons Boulevard train station located within the confines of the 103rd Precinct. Upon arrival, officers discovered a 24-year-old male with gunshot wounds to his torso. Officers immediately began to render first aid and requested EMS. EMS responded and transported the victim to Jamaica Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. A preliminary investigation revealed that the 24-year-old victim was standing in the vicinity of the token booth area when the suspect approached him and engaged him in a verbal dispute that quickly turned physical. During the course of that fight, the suspect pulled out a firearm and fired several rounds which struck the victim in his torso. There are cameras at this station, and investigators are reviewing security video. Witnesses are being interviewed by detectives, and a firearm has been recovered at the scene. At this time, there are no arrests, and I am urging anyone who has any information on this incident to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. All calls will be kept strictly confidential. Any questions?
Chief, is there any indication?
Hold on, Roger.
Any indication the two people knew each other?
It's still unknown. We're investigating it. The investigation's preliminary. We'll determine that. But I have to say, we can say with confidence this investigation is going. We can say with confidence this investigation is going the right direction. So we'll know further as it goes on today.
Just to clarify. Hold on, Josh.
Just to clarify, the shooter is the person who engaged the victim first in a verbal dispute. It wasn't the other way around, or?
Well, it's hard to say. We know that there was a verbal altercation, which led to a physical altercation, which then led to the violent shots being fired. Gun was recovered, and at this time we don't believe that there's any other firearms that exist in regards to this incident.
So you have not nailed down 100% that the person who approached the man at the booth actually had the gun. It could have been the other way around?
No, we know who had the firearm.
Okay. And it was the person who walked up and approached the man at the booth?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
We know who had the firearm. The investigation's continuing, and that's all we're going to say at this time.
So who had the firearm?
We have no names, and we're not going to release any names.
Roger, that's still being worked on. It's too early for us to say that. Any other questions?
How many shots were fired?
We believe there were 5 shots fired.
Any other?
Earlier today at the MTA board, you spoke about all these increases in felony crime,
Yes.
about increases in slashes, people getting
Yes.
hit with a pipe. I didn't hear anything about getting more cases of people opening fire on board a train or in a station. Besides the Brooklyn shooting April 12th, how many cases of people opening fire in a subway station or in a train car or a bus have you seen come across your desk this year or last?
So, in terms of shootings in the transit system, they are infrequent and rare, including shots fired. There have been a couple incidents this year which are being investigated, but gunshots in the transit system is a very rare scenario.
Time for one more? Yeah, Josh?
Chief, I guess the question based on the information that you guys have been so forthcoming with assaults and various other things in transit, guy firing 5 shots, whether or not he hits somebody, especially in this case, in broad daylight at rush hour, makes station doesn't make it easier for you.
No.
Talk about how you get people back to the subway in this kind of thing.
So, one, we already stressed, we're trying to determine what initiated this dispute between these two males that led to the fight, that led to the shooting. But there's a host of things that we're doing in the transit system, and I mentioned some of them earlier this morning at the MTA board meeting. One of them is enhanced presence and visibility. Another one is uniform train patrols. Effective enforcement, greater attention to quality of life. These are things that we're doing. We have thousands of more train runs this year. We have 100,000 more visits to transit from both transit personnel and from precinct personnel coming down. Over 200,000 more just since January. So there's a significant effort on the part of just not transit, but the NYPD to enhance and robustly build up visible presence in the transit system.
Chief, were police officers in Jamaica Center when the verbal altercation that turned physical started? And if so, where were they in Jamaica Center?
That's part of the investigation. There were no officers at the booth, but we're looking. That's part of the whole investigation to see if officers were in on the train, or that's going to be part of the
Was there a
investigation.
booth agent who tried to call RCC or police for help?
It was called in by 911. It was called in through 911.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chief.
Carlos?